Welcome to the start of another week here in the SFL, and today we have a couple of very interesting football teams, both desperate for a win, as we see the Pittsburgh Riverhawks going to Michigan to play against the Motor City V8s. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Ramos Ling. Alongside me in the booth for the first time in quite a while is Mr. Mark Lopez. Mark, good to have you here with me. What are your keys for the matchup? This is, again, a couple of teams that are really looking for a win.
Absolutely, Ramos. It's always a pleasure working with you. And always a pleasure calling games for teams such as these. Both teams battered and bruised. Fortunately for them, they have a single win in their back pocket. Unfortunately for them, they also have 4 losses to their name. So the one win they're looking for is number 2 for the season. At this point of the season, Ramos, the second win is going to be pivotal for any team looking to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you put in some stats on the chat group. Only a couple of teams have ever started with 1 or 0 wins midway through the season and made it to the playoffs. Only 2 in the 23 season history of the Simulation Football League. As we get the ball underway, Pittsburgh will receive from the 6-yard line. The return will be past the 30-yard line. A really good one, past the 35, past the 40, breaking yet another tackle. And it will have to be the kicker with company to stop the return at the 43-yard line. So a very good return here by the Pittsburgh offense, or the kick return. And we see the offense on the field. Eric Price is QB1 on this offense, but look out also for QB2, Michael Brown. The running backs are Mark Churchill and BB Bellitz. We have Cooper Allen as the fullback. Wide receivers are Devin Lloyd, Ben Harrison, and Connor Weston, who is enjoying a great season. The tight end is Keith Wheeler, and the offensive lineman, Rachel Manor, Bruce White as the tackles, and the left guard is Taylor Menor at 6'7", 330 from San Diego. I formation with twins, top of your screen. 3-4 defense showing here for Motor City, and they're going to hand the ball right up the gut. And this is a really good start here for Mike Churchill for about 9.5.
Yeah, good start for Churchill, for the Riverhawks, and that front line opening up a hole down the middle. And also Cooper Allen, she provides a key block at the first hit, and that's just enough of a room for Churchill to pick up 9.
Now we see a 23 personnel this time, and another handoff. This time it will go to the other running back, that's BB Bellitz at 6'4", 245. So kind of like the prototypical size for a power back. First down of the game here for Pittsburgh. There's 2 teams coming off of 2 touchdown losses last week, trying to get win number 2 on the season. Price to throw, Price over the middle, and the pass is almost picked off. Nicholas Warner with the pass deflection, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.
He was looking for one of his wide receivers. You were mentioning the roster of Pittsburgh. One of their wide receivers, Devin Lloyd, the one who returned the ball, he's going to be the player to look out for. Might be the X factor here. The speediest player on the field at the moment, and likely between both teams. Speediest, most agile, but yet to make big waves for this team.
Dropping back to throw again is Eric Price. Finds time in the pocket, and the pass is intercepted this time. Great coverage right there by King Rashid, as he has another pick in his career. Motor City now will have the ball.
And what a play by Rashid, playing one-on-one against number 1 wide receiver of Pittsburgh, Connor Weston. The great Connor Weston leading the league in receptions and yards. And you pick a ball against him, boy, your night is starting strong.
King Rashid's 32nd interception of his career, combined with 30 pass deflections. As the Motor City defense starts off strong, and now they're going to have a rollout. King Jackson passes across the field, and the pass is almost picked off. That is Tom Krieg with the deflection. Let's introduce you also to the Pittsburgh defense. Butch Manor and Bubba Brucer are the defensive tackles. Gino McFly and Dimitri Manzuma are the linebackers. The corners are Cody Griffin, Adam Knoll, and Tom Krieg. And the safeties, Corey Manor and King Vasquez. A defense that doesn't have the amount of user players as talent as the offense has, but starting off strong with a pass deflection, almost pick. Split backs formation. Christopher Dean runs the ball behind his right guard, and he gets 2 yards.
And Bo Brewster credited with the tackle there. That front line, they only have a 2-star defensive lineman in Menor and Bruiser. Their edges might be a little lacking, so we'll see how they attack this.
King Jackson to throw. This pass goes to the corner, and the pass is caught. A beautiful pitch and catch right there. Jay Viper with the reception.
A nice route by Viper, running the quick corner route here just underneath Kane Vasquez enough, giving him that about 3-4 yard separation, and that was just enough room for King Jackson to throw to him and make the nice catch. It's 1st and 10, and they're starting to roll here.
Great wide receiver set this time here for Motor City. They hand the ball off to Christopher Dean for a gain of 4. Let's introduce you to the V8's offense. King Jackson is the quarterback. Halfbacks are Shane Kaufman and Christopher Dean. The fullback is Julian Gusters. The wide receivers are King Alexander, Johan Sutherland, Queen Jackson, Terrell Cooper, and Jay Viper. Tight ends are Asami Mihara and Phil Koss. And in the offensive line, we have Mo Biggins, Scott Pancake, and Bill and Phil McMillan, as this handoff goes to Shane Kaufman, the other running back, for about 5 yards, and it's going to be a manageable 3rd.
Very good running on those last 2 plays. Motor City on paper, the better rushing team. Pittsburgh on paper, the worst rushing defense. So maybe that's one thing that Motor City can take advantage of. Here in 3rd and short, they're going to run it.
They're going to run it again, indeed. Christopher Dean with a 1st down, about 3 yards, enough to move the chains. And, you know, again, this is a roster here in Pittsburgh, very uniquely built. They do have a couple of quarterbacks on the roster, no contracted DNs, so they have a couple of lower tier DNs in their lineup, and that maybe has costed them on their run defense, as the Motor City V8s keep hammering on the ball right up the gut. Now 5 yards for Shane Kaufman for 2nd and 5.
And it looks like to take account of their lack of 2-star DNs, they have been running with 3 defensive linemen in front a few times already, shoring up their linebackers with some defensive backs.
More heavy sets from the V8s. It's working as Christopher Dean breaks a tackle and cannot get off the grasp of Corey Menor. Still 4 yards, and it's another 3rd and 1, and that's exactly what they have to do. You know, King Jackson has had an up and down season. You could say probably more downs than ups. You know, what's the best way to do, combat against that is just give the ball to your running backs and try to get positive yards on the ground one more time. But this time, penetration comes in, and the Riverhawks get the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Dimitri Monzuma on the stop, coming from the Cannon Classics. And on 4th and 2, the V8s will come in the punt formation. Do you go for it here? Do you fake it?
Well, it looks like they're going to punt it. I think that sack or tackle for loss moved them out of field goal range, or almost. English T, their long was 39 this season. This position was just too far for them.
It's an interesting position to be on. Probably the win against you. The ball was at the 31-yard line, and it was 4th and 2. With the success they've had on offense in the first drive, at home, you could probably make an argument of Motor City going for it, even though it's early in the game. Either way, Pittsburgh is going to go on offense, and on the quarterback, there he goes. That is the 2nd quarterback, Michael Brown, doing what Michael Brown does and make plays with his legs.
Yeah, what a run by him. Gets caught up on one of his linemen, but outpaces number 99 on Motor City. The linebacker, TJ Harper, a quarterback outpacing the linebacker, is a rare sight to see, but he does it, and he gets a 1st down in his own creative way.
3-3 defense again showing here for Motor City. I formation for Pittsburgh. Man in motion is the fullback, Cooper Allen. We're going to see another handoff, but this one is shut down immediately right there by the Motor City V8s. That is Kappa Jones with the tackle. Let's introduce you also to the V8's defense. Robert Thumb and Lucas Gilbert are the defensive ends. Defensive tackles are Doug Howard and Dakota Butts. Linebackers, Kappa Jones, King McNeely, Ronnie Panani, and TJ Harper. We're going to circle back to the secondary after this play. Another throw by Eric Price. Under pressure, he gets about 3 on the play to make it a 3rd and 8. The corners are Mark Kaufman, Sammy Seatbelt III, King Rashid, who already has an interception. The safeties are Todd Rigsby and Nicholas Warner, who almost had an interception in the very first drive of the game for the Riverhawks. Brown to throw again. He will scramble again. That's what Michael Brown does, and again has a first down. So 2 snaps for Michael Brown, 2 first downs.
Yeah, and he's picking up 10 yards or more every single time. Michael Brown outpacing his team's own running backs, at least so far. I mean, they'll take it, right? Ramos, Pittsburgh, you know, maybe downfield your receivers are covered, but you open up running lanes for your own quarterback, they'll take that any single day.
First down and 10. Split backs formation again. Handoff. Nothing doing there. Another great pressure made by Kappa Jones. Second tackle for loss in 3 snaps. 2nd and 11 upcoming.
And he already had 13 prior to this game. That's good for 5th best in the league, and he tacks on another one to his name. He is going to be in the backfield most of tonight.
4 wide receiver set this time. I think it's Michael Brown under center. Man in motion. And Brown will throw for the first time tonight and has another first down. As Connor Weston on the out route gets 12 yards, enough to move the chains.
The superstar Connor Weston, who had an incredible night in their loss last week. Unfortunately, they weren't able to engineer a comeback against Atlanta, but he was exceptional last week against Atlanta. Number 1 in receptions with 36, number 1 in yards with 581. I'm not surprised that we're going to call his name many more times tonight.
More soft box played here by the V8s. 3 defensive linemen, and the linebackers are, at least the inside linebackers, the Mike and the Plug, are very far away from the line of scrimmage. Eric Price will throw deep, and the pass is incomplete. King Rashid playing some more outstanding coverage. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
This time looking for Devon Lloyd on the go route. I mean, that's smart choice to put Devon Lloyd on that go route, make him run verticals, let and test the defensive backs. Fortunately for Motor City, defensive backs were in great coverage.
2nd down, 10 yards to go, 2:44 left in a very fast-moving first quarter. Eric Price will throw, pass another shallow cross, still on his feet as the wide receiver, trying to reverse field, and that's about one of the longest 1-yard gains you will ever see as McNeely makes the tackle. 3rd and 9. Good discipline, though, by the V8's defense.
Yeah, he ran the meter in a mile, essentially, is what happened there. Lloyd, again, with another completion, but this time for a short pass. Looks like they're utilizing Lloyd in all kinds of depths.
Michael Brown, in 3 seasons, a one-time All-Star, is under center. Buying time in the pocket. He throws left, right. And the pass is caught by Connor Weston, going to his knees. And the Riverhawks have another first down.
And we'll see this replay here. It almost looked like Sammy Seatbelt gave up on the play at the end there. Saw that he was beat, and I guess it stuttered for a bit there, and that just allowed that nice catch by, once again, Connor Weston, moving them upfield into inside the 30-yard line, nearing the red zone now.
Price will check in under center. Handoff. That goes to BB Blitz, and he gets about 1 on the play as the V8's trying to make another stop on defense.
Blitz, from my memory, if memory serves me right, got a nice little incentive last week after he scored a touchdown as a dev player for Pittsburgh. So those incentives, you gotta watch out for those.
Now it's Mike Churchill on the carry. He gets 4 on the play. BB Blitz, a former V8 player. He's one of 2 former Motor City V8s playing against their former team, Cain Vasquez being the other one. Spent a good deal of time over there in Michigan. 3-2 defense showing here for Motor City. They're prepared for the pass. Eric Price buys time in the pocket again, passes middle, the pass is caught, and again, we see one of the receivers. It's again Devon Lloyd reversing field, getting a first down. I mean, Devon Lloyd, he's the kick return specialist for this team. He's used to run in the open field and try to make magic with space.
Yeah, he is looking to be a great player for this team. 22 catches prior to this game, 280 yards for this season, and he's being utilized in all places of the field here, Ramos.
Price to throw, checks it down to the running back. Again, Mike Churchill with another touch, 6'4", 216 back coming from Arizona. Mike Churchill, a former wide receiver converted running back in the Simulation Football League. Offset I formation this time for Pittsburgh. Maybe the last play of the first quarter. Price will throw. Price backs up. The pass to the end zone is caught for a touchdown. That is Connor Weston.
What a play. Eric Price looks downfield, lining up in the heavy set, finds his man in one-on-one coverage as Weston actually beats his man. That throw comes up top, and I mean, you have Connor Weston with size, speed, and strength. He's a one-on-one nightmare, and he puts that pass down to his stomach and picks up 6.
Pittsburgh trying to get their first road win in franchise history. 0-3 so far this season. Their first season as a team. 14 plays for the Riverhawks. And most importantly, with 7 on the board. 7-0 Riverhawks over V8s. And Motor City will have another chance. But Mark, I had to say, I like what the V8s did on the last drive. They kept the ball on the ground, and Christopher Dean was making some good plays.
They definitely were doing well until Pittsburgh had that nice 3rd and short stop, pushing them out of field goal range. Could have been Motor City 3 points, but Pittsburgh, their defense caught Motor City unawares, I'd say, at the tail end of that drive, but Motor City had something going for sure.
That was an 89-yard drive for the Riverhawks, ending up in 7 points. As King Jackson will throw to the right. That's Christopher Dean, again heavily used early in the game. And Christopher Dean is still going to the 36-yard line to conclude a very exciting first quarter. Riverhawks 7, Motor City V8s, but both teams on offense have shown that they came to play.
Christopher Dean walking the tightrope, put this guy on an Olympic team. So athletic, gymnast. Probably a gymnast in him, but what a run after the catch, picking up a huge play to end the quarter.
So end of 1, Riverhawks 7, V8s nothing. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on YouTube. Motor City as a 2.5-point favorite here at home. The over-under by Jack's data at 47.5. Take a look at so far the yards in this game. Split backs formation, handoff, Dean, nothing doing there. As the linebacker this time, number 56, Dimitri Manzuma, gets another TFL. 2nd and 11 upcoming.
Manzuma, a busy season for him with 7 TFLs, 1 interception to his name. That 1 interception going for a pick 6, and looks like he's going to be rushing those holes and stopping gaps.
Jackson rolling to the left. Jackson with scrambling opportunities. He's very dangerous, gets 8 on the play and makes it a very, very manageable 3rd down and 3 upcoming. And again, last time, Mark, the Motor City V8s were in this side of the field. They had to settle for a punt.
Right, but this time it's 3rd and short here. They're going to put it on the ground, it seems like.
Looks like they are 22 personnel, a balanced offense. Or a balanced formation, 1 tight end on either side. Jackson to throw them. Jackson with time all day to throw. Passes deep, and the pass is incomplete. He had his wide receiver wide open. Actually, that was Azami Mihara, the tight end, running a deep corner out as a tight end. And that was a good read by King Jackson. Just the accuracy was a tad off.
Yeah, that was a good throw, good read. Mihara was open, as you mentioned, at the corner route. And that could have been for 6 too. So a flip of fortune for Motor City. What could have been 6 is another punt here.
Oh, don't return that. Pittsburgh's going to return this one, and they're just going to get to the 7-yard line. That's a really interesting decision right there by the returner, Mark.
Yeah, give this guy a map or a GPS. I don't think he knows where he's located at. At least look down on the floor. I wonder if that was Lloyd on the return, but Yeah, that's a 13-point or 13-yard difference if that ball bounced in for a touchback.
That is Preston Burris. I know, I understand. He's like wide receiver 5 on the team. You gotta impress your coaches, but maybe that wasn't the time, as this return will be good for a gain of 2. Kaufman with the tackle. And now Pittsburgh again. Last time they had to go 89 yards to score their touchdown. This time, if they want to do the same thing, they will have to go about 93 yards.
What's 6 more yards?
And off goes to the wide receiver, Devin Lloyd. 6 foot 185. That's a gain of 4, 3rd and 4.
Now Pittsburgh also taking part in the new frenzy around the league of putting a wide receiver as your running back and picking up a decent chunk of yards there.
DJ Harper already with 6 solo tackles in the game. Price to throw. Price throws deep, and the pass is well overthrown, probably for the better, as Nicholas Warner was all over the receiver. And Motor City, thankfully for them, they get a 3 and out on defense, and they will have pretty good field position.
Yeah, so they believe in their defense, which is why they punted there. And now they're going to get the ball back with Jackson. Another chance to engineer a drive to the end zone.
The fielding is made at the 43-yard line. There is a penalty down, but the returner doesn't care. He's probably going to return it all the way. Let's see if this is going to be a flag on the return, a block in the back, a holding. It is going to be a block in the back, so you can erase that touchdown. Very unfortunate here for the V8s. They will instead have the ball at the Pittsburgh 28-yard line. Still really good field position, but you really want to keep that return for touchdown.
Yeah, that's true. That would have also been, many positive things. That would have been an incentive on the return touchdown. But instead, they start 28-yard line. This is the closest they've been ever this game. Now, this is just 3 yards forward from when they punt in the first drive instead of kicking the field goal. So we wonder if this is still within the range of English T.
It's going to the opposite side of the field, so you will think so, as Christopher Dean will try to make sure they are at least in field goal range with a 3-yard carry. The SFL convention is headed to Baltimore for the 2025 convention, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season July 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor, and revel in the league's first convention on the East Coast. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. As this carry from Christopher Dean, that's Kaufman on the carry, goes for about 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. Another 3rd and short here for the V8s.
They've been running the ball most of the time. Only one instant that they pass in 3rd and short here, but it's a heavy set.
Heavy set on 3rd and 1 indeed. Handoff goes to Dean, and he passes. Christopher Dean has enough, about 1.5 yards for a first down, and the V8s move the chains.
Interesting play. I thought it was a handoff to the fullback, but Christopher Dean got the handoff and picks up just enough yardage. They'll give it to him, no challenge, so we keep playing.
First down, 10 yards to go. Another handoff. Kaufman breaks a tackle, and Vasquez has to come in for the stop. 5-yard pickup for the halfback.
A nice 5-yard pickup there, taking advantage of. You mentioned about Pittsburgh having no DNs. They also only have 2 linebackers in their roster as far as star player goes, so that middle of the field is a little light too.
Another handoff to Christopher Dean. He gets 4 on the play. 3rd down and 1 for about the 5th time in this game. Motor City has lived on 3rd and short. This one, though, is about a long one. It's about 1 1/4. Split backs formation. Handoff. Kaufman. He reverses field and gets the first.
Nice cut back at the end there. Motor City, despite their struggles offensively as far as points go, they are number 6 in the league when it comes to 3rd down conversion percentage. 57.7% is an incredible percentage to complete 3rd downs, and they showed it right there, the ground game, getting to 3rd and short.
as Christopher Dean gets in the end zone for a touchdown. So at the end, it didn't matter that the return got called back as Christopher Dean puts the ball in the end zone, and Motor City have their first points of the game.
Yeah, a bunch of fakes there where it looks like either him or the fullback gets the handoff. This time, it's once again Christopher Dean was on the return. They took that back, and instead, he's gonna bring it on the ground himself. What a drive!
Kick is up and good. We have a tie ball game. Pittsburgh 7, Motor City 7. Bank Michigan is your locally owned and managed community bank serving the great people of the Great Lakes State with custom tailor-made deposit and loan packages since 1907. Stop by one of our offices or visit us online at bankmichigan.bank. Bank Michigan, better thinking banking, as this kick is a deep one and no chance for a return. So we get the ball at the 20-yard line, 5:13 left here in the second quarter. And we've seen some really good offense, Mark, but we've seen a lot of rushing, so this first half has gone in a blur.
Exactly. It seems like we've only had the total handful of drives. Pittsburgh, though, might be keeping this on the air.
Toss play to the outside, and good job really by the defensive lineman. That is number 62, Doc Howard, running laterally to contain that only to about a 4-yard gain. Make it 3. BB Belitz now at halfback. Gets the handoff. Belitz with room to run. Gets 8 and a first down.
Decent running from Pittsburgh there. They're only averaging 3.1 yards per carry every single play this season. 3.1 is good for 18th. Meanwhile, Motor City is allowing 114 rushing yards per game. It's still over 100, so still more to be desired, but that is still definitely better than 180 that Pittsburgh allows.
And off again, that is Churchill with the carry. Gets 5. Make it a 2nd and 5.
Yeah, they're just finding this little holes and taking advantage there. Motor City a little slow on stopping the gaps. 9 in the box.
Offside eye formation, heavy set for the Riverhawks. 3-4 defense showing for Motor City. Fullback in motion. That's Cooper Allen. Handoff again. That's BB Belitz. Gets another first down.
Great play. They put everyone in the box offensively, match every single defender, and even though the defense rushed practically everyone, well, everyone was covered, everyone was blocked, and that was just a hole to run for a first down.
Split backs formation. It's going to be another handoff. Churchill not much room there. 1 yard as King Rashid makes the stop. Motor City at home historically, 44% win percentage. That is 25th in the Simulation Football League. Man in motion, actually woman in motion, that's the fullback. Roll out, Prize with time to the outside and incomplete, just hits the defender in the head. That is Ronnie Panani in coverage.
Yeah, Rodney Panani with an interesting play there. Actually showed blitz pre-snap, but stayed in coverage and actually was battling on the line there against the wide receiver and eventually able to make the pass deflection there.
Interesting decision here by the Pittsburgh Riverhawks. They will put Mike Churchill in motion. Again, Churchill, a former wide receiver. He will stand to block. Brown with the pass, and it's intercepted and being returned past midfield. Watch out. Past the 40, past the 30. This could be a pick 6. It is not, as Michael Brown makes the tackle. But Motor City will have the ball at the Pittsburgh 17-yard line, and the whole momentum of the game is now with the V8s.
That is so unfortunate. Michael Brown did not think he was going to use his speed and running ability to tackle the returning interception here. And Seatbelt the third, Sammy Seatbelt, with an incredible play, stayed in coverage, read the play, jumped up. That was just the perfect combination of individual skill and essentially game planning.
This has been the situation here for Motor City late, here in the second quarter, Mark. They've had the ball in very favorable field position while Pittsburgh is sitting inside their own 20-yard line. King Jackson to throw, the pass is overthrown. Really good tight coverage. A little bit of hands on the wide receiver, but no call made. 2nd and 10.
One of those defensive coverages where one of the D linemen actually drops in coverage. I think they call it key zone or something, but the pressure did not arrive in time, or maybe it did. Maybe it was enough to force that overthrow.
And in motion. There's the fullback. Julian Gusters. Jackson to throw. Jackson to the outside again. Trying to connect again on the left-hand side. But more outstanding coverage by Adam Nold, former Charleston Predators corner, 6'2", 200. And it's now 3rd and long.
That was the same target, Kenny Alexander, but covered by the same person. It's the same result. I wouldn't want to recommend throwing the same play. It's a different formation this time. We'll see what they do here.
Man in motion, that is Michael Brown as a wide receiver. To throw, Jackson with time. The pass sticks, and it's incomplete. Tom Krieg with the coverage, and back-to-back great coverage plays by the defense of the Riverhawks to force Motor City to attempt a field goal. That's a victory for the Pittsburgh defense.
Good overall play by Pittsburgh. The drive from Motor City looked promising. After the interception, Pittsburgh yielded barely any yardage.
This kick is up and good for the V8s as English T puts it between the uprights, the rookie kicker. And it's Motor City 10, Pittsburgh 7. A really good game, Mark. You know, we've seen probably a little bit lower on the projected over-under so far, but it's been a very contested game, as the Motor City -2.5 will suggest.
Yeah, I mean, the defense putting their offense in scoring position. Motor City's first drive really was the only offensive burst here, but another solid return by Lloyd here as well.
Yeah, and he's been the only reason why Pittsburgh has had some pretty decent field position on a couple of occasions. Last time he returned it all the way to about the 43-yard line, this time past the 30. And Pittsburgh has enough time with 2:21 to put points on the board and at least try to tie the ball game.
I say throw it to Connor Weston, your big man downfield, or Devon Lloyd if he gets open.
Offset I formation for Pittsburgh. It's going to be Eric Price under center with the blitz, and the pass is picked off again. Kappa Jones, who's had a terrific first half with a couple of tackles for a loss, will put Motor City V8s again in scoring position.
Incredible defense by Motor City. Kappa Jones, wow, was number 2 for the night. Incentive in the bag. Looking for his tight end Keith Wheeler, but Keith Wheeler wasn't looking at the ball, so did not react, did not try to put an arm out and catch the ball for himself, and that was enough for the Kappa Jones turnover.
First down and 10, ball at the Pittsburgh 30-yard line. This Riverhawk defense again put up to the challenge as Jackson will scramble left. Jackson will throw deep. The pass is caught. Phil Koss to the 3-yard line, but there's a flag. Let's see if that's a holding on the offensive line.
Might be against Christopher Dean.
So an ineligible receiver down, actually. That is called on the offensive lineman Phil McMillan, 5th-year guy. And that erases a 27-yard gain, Mark. 2-minute warning here from the Motor City. V8's 10, Pittsburgh 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on YouTube. As 3 wide receivers showing for the V8s. They have not shown more than 3 wideouts that often in the game. And they're now potentially out of field goal range. Handoff anyway goes to Christopher Dean, breaks a tackle, and Dean gets the yards back to the 30-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Great run by Dean. I wonder if Pittsburgh were expecting pass. They're actually pressing on the wide receivers, and so either way, down the middle or on the edges, every single defender would have been blocked. So Dean made the most out of it. Picks up 5, 2nd and 10.
Split backs formation. And in motion, that's number 18, Terrell Cooper. Coming from the Portland Fleet. Jackson to throw. Jackson to the outside. The pass is caught, and he has a block from Coop. And this is going to be a touchdown. King Alexander, first catch of the game, goes for 6.
King Jackson came into this game with only 2 touchdowns in his first 5 games of the season to go along with 10 interceptions. Tonight, he has his first touchdown, 3rd of the season. And what a time to get it to extend the lead to 9, potentially 7.
Almost like a long screen right there as they put Terrell Cooper in motion. They throw it to Alexander, who was the guy underneath, and Cooper is right there to make the block.
Yeah.
For a score as the Motor City V8s now with 17 unanswered points. Lead by 10.
What a drive by Motor City. You were talking about this, Ramos, how it's been a close game, but it's mostly the defense that has been putting the offense in scoring position.
It was very good at the start of the game from Pittsburgh's offense, and now they're turning into a giveaway machine as another decent return gets it to the 28-yard line for 1 minute and 14 seconds left here in the first half. You have to wonder if Pittsburgh are just going to run the ball a few times and take it to the half and just try to come back in the second half.
So they had that 189-yard drive, or 87-yard drive. And since then, they've added a total of about 37 more yards through their last 3 drives.
First down 10 from the Pittsburgh 28-yard line. I formation for the Riverhawks. The blitz coming. Gets away of it quickly, but Capit Jones is right there again to make another tackle. Only a 2-yard pickup.
Great blitz forcing the hot route to be thrown to. And Capit Jones, another good coverage on the release valve. 2 yards only allowed. Otherwise, that could have been some nice yardage gain.
Defensive secondary backs up a little bit from the V8s. I formation for the Riverhawks. They will throw again. Price with time. Price goes over the middle. The pass incomplete again, overthrowing one of his targets. And it does look like now the Pittsburgh quarterbacks, plural, are a little bit rattled here.
I mean, they are playing the road game against Motor City. You were talking about Motor City's record at home. Perhaps Motor City has put together a game plan to make this a difficult road game for Pittsburgh.
Full wide receiver set. Michael Brown will throw. Brown throws to the left side, and it's incomplete. Double coverage on that one. Rigsby and Panani combined for the coverage on the receiver. They were all over the ex-receiver that time, and it's another 4th down situation. And you will call upon the Riverhawks defense to be back on the field again here in the second quarter.
And with 3 timeouts, 34 seconds, we'll see if they try to be aggressive. I'm going to guess that they're going to go to the half with their points. We'll see, depending on this return.
A great return, but he gets to the 41-yard line mark with 3 timeouts. You do not have necessarily to go sidelines. You can go middle of the field.
Yeah.
We know that Phil Koss is a threat middle of the field any given down. They may call his number about... If he gets about 15, 20 yards, then the V8s will be in very good position to at least get 3 more on the board before the half is done. Man-to-man coverage showing here for Pittsburgh as Tom Creek follows the receiver. And Dove goes to Dean, and he only gets a yard. So I think Motor City is now content with a 10-point lead. As you see the stat, 5th drive in the second and 3 straight scores as the V8's defense really has shown up here in the second quarter. We may see one more play here for Motor City. It's going to be a throw. King Jackson rolls to the left, throws right, and the pass is caught, but not enough yardage on the play as Alexander gets the second catch. And that's going to be the end of a very interesting first half of play, Mark. First quarter, you could probably say Pittsburgh was kind of playing a little bit better. They did get an interception, and the offense was playing well. They got to a 7-0 lead, but in the second quarter, it was all V8s.
Absolutely. Pittsburgh put up 97 first quarter yards, only to put up 30 yards in the second quarter, and then it was all Motor City the rest of the way. You look at the turnovers for Pittsburgh, that hurt them a lot. Twice, 2 of those interceptions put Motor City in scoring positions, including the field goal, including the 7 points. The 7 points. So they are now 10 total points from turnovers. So minus that, this could still be a tie game, Ramos. But what a defensive showing.
3 first half picks for Motor City. Christopher Dean, your player of the game. And let's take a quick halftime break, presented by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Break into the world of sports memorabilia, collecting with Brakes GPT, featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Brakes GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Brakes GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, brakesgpt.com. As this return for Motor City will go to the 30-yard line mark. Motor City, again, finished the second quarter is very strong, and now that they have the football back, they put a touchdown on the board, man. They're really putting heavy pressure on the Riverhawks.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised that they go on the ground for most of the second half, up 10, and for a good reason. They have been pretty solid on the ground. Shane Kaufman averaging 3.7 yards per carry. Christopher Dean struggling a little bit, 2.9 yards, but he has been picking up the yardage when they need it.
First down and 10 yards to go. Alexander, who was one of the heroes at the end of the first half for Motor City, in motion. Jackson will throw with time. The pass to the outside, trying to connect with King Jackson. Good coverage by Tom Krieg. I think that was right off the fingertips of Alexander, and that's going to be 2nd and 10 as a result.
Alexander, 2 catches for the day. That's his 4th target. And 2nd and 10 now.
8 players in the box for Pittsburgh as they're trying to contain this run game. Jackson will throw, though, to the outside. That's going to be Christopher Dean. Shows a man. Christopher Dean past midfield, gets to the 48-yard line, and that's a V8's first down.
That's a kind of ball carrying ability that you want to see from Christopher Dean more often than not. As this one was after the catch off of what looks like a swing pass, and we saw this prior. He picked up a similar yardage after the catch, and showing it here again.
Christopher Dean, 30 yards on the ground, 48 receiving. Complete performance here of Christopher Dean, and we are just starting the second half of play. High formation for Motor City. They're going to roll out again. Jackson to throw. The pass deep is picked off.
Oh, what?
That's intercepted, exactly what Pittsburgh needed. Return to the 37-yard line. That was in double coverage, Mark, as the linebacker Dimitri Manzuma, who just got stiff-armed, gets the interception.
PIT pulled up a PICK. Nice pick here. Wow. This guy, if it were up to me, I'd put that as a candidate for nice hands catch of the day.
Actually, that's gonna be the nice hands catch, brought to you by Retro. Put a Retro handheld in your hands and play the game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. You don't often see a diving interception by a linebacker.
Wow.
And Manzuma with an outstanding play that can turn the tides here for the Riverhawks. Brown to throw as he starts the second half. And Connor Weston has open room. 20, 10, 5, spins. Gets to the 1.
Connor Weston, he just found open space. Motor City was caught sleeping, and their single coverage was at the other side of the field here. Also, nice route here to turn around and come back for the catch. And that was just open space. Connor Weston, foot race here at the end, unable to be the last defender, but what a way to give his team the momentum back. He is an incredible player for the team in their first 5 games. He is an incredible player for their team in this game.
Power formation. I think it's going to be a run. The question is, who are they going to call upon? And that's going to be the running back, BB Blitz, but unable to get anything on the ground. Maybe a loss of 1 yard actually on the play. Sometimes it takes just one play, Mark, just one play to turn the whole momentum of the game, and that's exactly what Monzuma did, as Pittsburgh's offense, who looked pretty much dead in the water for a little bit in the first half of play, now looks with momentum, diving and getting into the end zone for a touchdown is Mark Churchill.
It's very close. I almost wonder if we're going to get a second look at this. That jump midair, I mean, his body crossed the plane. We'll see the ruling on the field.
I think the nose of the football is just past the goal line. Let's see if the coaching staff of Motor City challenges this one. They will not, as Pittsburgh will have their second touchdown of the game. And
wow.
Now we are 17 of 14, man. We were talking about Motor City with a 10-point lead. They had a chance to put a touchdown on the board and go up 3 scores. Now Pittsburgh's down only by a field goal.
Motor City essentially burned 46 seconds on the clock prior to turning the ball over. And then Pittsburgh, in 1 minute and 1 second, puts up that incredible scoring drive. They're now 3 points down.
Has a decent return right there, past the 30-yard line to the 32. Motor City has had a pretty solid game, both sides of the ball overall. Considering at the beginning they did not start, that hot. Great second quarter. Now they got intercepted and allowed a touchdown. They just need to go back to what worked, in my opinion, Mark, which was the run game with Christopher Dean and company.
Yeah, unfortunately, the interception was the interception problem, rearing its ugly head at the wrong time. And Riverhawks, they need to take advantage, and sure enough, they did.
Man in motion was Jay Viper as Jackson will throw. Jackson deep. The pass is caught by Phil Claus past the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line, and a V8's first down.
And it looked like they sent an extra defensive back to blitz. You see there at the top of the screen coming in for the blitz, and that left the linebacker, number 51, to try to cover there. The backup inside linebacker, Christian Ferrier. And the inferior defense allowed that huge catch.
4-3 defense for Pittsburgh. King Jackson will drop back to throw. King Jackson scrambles left. The pass to the outside is caught. And that is going to be the other wide receiver, Queen Jackson. We haven't seen much of any really wide receivers other than King Alexander. But Queen Jackson gets a huge catch for a big gain in the first.
King to Queen connection there on a nice route. I believe the man cover on her sent her to the other zone coverage there, but unable to cover her. She makes up a nice catch, and they're now near the red zone once again, scoring position already.
Hand off to Christopher Dean for a gain of 5. Queen Jackson, by the way, the second tallest skill position player here for the V8, standing at 6'6", 240. Second season here with Motor City. Split backs formation, 22 personnel. Handoff goes to Kaufman, finds a crease, and Kaufman will get 3 to make it a 3rd and 2.
And now they're back to their roots with the ground game after putting up 2 great long catches. They've been putting up great solid drives, long drives that they've put points on. The 17 on the board. Now they see if they can cash in another score here.
Same formation, but a different running back. That's going to be Christopher Dean, enough for a first down, just barely.
Barely, indeed. That's a good description there. I would have challenged, because that is very close. They're not going to challenge it here. and they're gonna let it go inside their 10 or 15-yard line.
Both teams keeping their red handkerchiefs on their pockets so far. First down and 10. Jackson to throw. Jackson goes left, and the pass incomplete. More great coverage on the outside. That's number 24. That's the cornerback, Cody Griffin, who has been a two-time All-Star and Defensive Rookie of the Year in season 17. I think that was back in his Queen City days, if I remember correctly. Empty set. That's going to be an error round. That's going to be Chris with a little bit of trickery. Gets 3 yards. To Pittsburgh's credit, they were pretty, ready for that. Only a 3-yard gain, but a nice, shift right there in the offense.
I love that. I love those little trick plays mixed in with a quick reverse there. Handoff. It's only 3 yards, as you mentioned, but we'll see here if this third down completion is successful.
Jackson, it is not successful, as actually Coop was wide open in the end zone, and he just lost track of the football. I don't know if, the sun got in his way or, he tried to body catch it. But that's a crucial drop.
And it looked like Cooper was sliding on the ground at the moment of potential catch. But this will put the lead up to 6. So still within 1 score is Pittsburgh. Wow.
How indeed, 20-14 now Motor City leads. How many likes do we have in this video so far? Whatever it is, it's just not enough. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you've got notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Here comes the return from Pittsburgh, only to the 12-yard line. A very dangerous return from 12. Actually, it's going to be the other returner name. Don't matter, because he's past the 35, past the 40, and to the 42-yard line. This Pittsburgh return has been incredible so far, with the only exception of that punt that they fielded in the goal line. The the kick return has been outstanding.
Absolutely. And in fact, that's, well, they say it's Lloyd with number 86, perhaps another Lloyd with the number 86, but solid return. Now just 8 yards behind midfield here. Total yards is 194 for them, but if you add their return yards, they're probably in the 250s.
Yeah, that was actually Preston Burris, who was the one who fielded the ball at the goal line, now making up for it, giving his team superb field position. Split backs formation. Price hands the ball off. Good enough for 3 yards. Goes the running back, Mike Churchill. Trying to slow the pace of the game down a little bit is Pittsburgh, apparently, on that run. It's been a very fast-moving, a very hectic third quarter. The whole game has been very hectic. This pass by Connor West, and he tries to one-hand it, unable to do so, and it's 3rd and long.
Try as he might, but the coverage was pretty good there. And sometimes when you're the road team, when you need to make those key athletic catches, the audience, the audience poses an impact on your catching ability sometimes, your composure.
4 wideouts. That's going to be Eric Price. Actually, Michael Brown trying to scramble for a first down. He's had a few of those in this game, but now Thump was ready for it. 4th and 9 on the sack, and Pittsburgh will have to give the ball right back.
That's unfortunate. You're right, that will count for a sack against a quarterback. 4th and 9, another squandered drive despite the solid starting position.
Upon the football is Rodney Williams. And this looks like a really good one inside the 10-yard line. Being to the 15 is Johan Sutherland. And the V8s will have the ball again here midway through the third quarter. Pittsburgh defense has been on the field quite a long time this game. Jackson under center. Will scramble to the right, roll out. The pass goes short, and I don't know where the guy is going. Julian Guster's first time with the ball in his hands and he just didn't know what to do. A loss of 7 yards. How often do you see a pass completion go for a loss of 7?
Not often. I guess he had a full head of steam trying to catch the ball on the return route. Instead, he returns to where he should not be returning to, losing themselves 7 yards. Motor City, of note, they have not had a scoring drive more than 40 yards. Deep inside their side of the field, I wonder if this ends up being a punt here. We'll see if the ties change for them.
Second down, 17 yards to go. Jackson passes middle. The pass is caught.
Wow.
Great play right there by Alexander, and he's hurt. He is down. King Alexander goes down with an injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious, as he's been the best receiving target for the V8 so far this game.
Well, that's one King down in Alexander. King Jackson, the king-to-king connection. We won't be seeing it for... We'll see if we see it one other time the rest of the night, but in the meantime, he's out for the count. King Jackson, by the way, has thrown to every single wide receiver or tight end in their roster already.
Yeah. Some of them for, success. Some of them, the defense has played the ball well. 3rd down and 4 as Mejara goes in motion. Jackson hands the ball off to Christopher Dean on 3rd and 4, and he will not get there. 4th and inches upcoming. The former V8 Cain Vasquez comes away with the tackle, and the V8s will have to punt.
More often than not, I like the gutsy decision to go for it with 4 yards to hand it off. But I would have wanted to see perhaps a little bit of a short pass there. And instead, they'll punt it. Again, to my point earlier, all of Motor City's scoring drives have been when they were put in scoring position by either their return team or their defense. And in those opportunities, they've went for 39 yards at the most. And since then, any other drive below that has been no score or a punt or the 1 interception.
So we have 21 personnel as the tight end actually goes in motion. That's Keith Wheeler to throw. Price goes deep, and the pass is caught in between 2 different defenders. Connor Weston comes away with the catch.
There he is. Look for that guy. He's already over 100 yards in the night. 4 catches and 7 targets. 27 yards per reception. He did have that huge bomb that he brought nearly to the end zone. He is looking very sharp tonight.
1st and 10. 3 wideouts. 3-3 defense. They're going to hand the ball off. And that is going to be BB Balitz with a gain of 4 to put Pittsburgh closer to scoring position. 2nd and 6.
A touchdown here will swing the momentum in Pittsburgh's way, as it'll give them the lead. A field goal isn't too bad. Cut the lead to 3. Pittsburgh's priorities are to get the lead back.
Price will throw deep. The pass almost picked off as he well overshoots his intended target. Lucky he was intercepted. 3rd and 6.
Intended target was nearly Todd Rigsby in the defense. The free safety just dropped the ball. Motor City couldn't haul that in for another pick against Price.
3rd down, 6 yards to go. Price under pressure goes down.
No!
Rodney Panani gets the sack and puts Pittsburgh out of field goal range. So a massive stop for the VA defense.
And that's what brought shivers brought me to shivers, as that sack put them out of field goal range. They were barely already in field goal range at the 32-yard line. And what a back-breaking sack that was.
Another punt. And this one will not be returned, as Motor City will get the ball back. Not exactly. Oh, yeah, they pinned him inside the 1.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Uh-oh, safety watch. Safety watch.
You literally cannot get a punt better than that officially from the Motor City 0-yard line.
Petition to make this an incentive. Oh, no.
Run with Christopher Dean. Can he get out of the end zone? He can, just by a yard. 2nd and 9. But you can see Cain Vasquez and the rest of this defense humming trying to get that safety.
Yep, that is what they were looking for. I bet everyone in chat, every single fan was like, safety, bring him down, tackle the guy.
Handoff, Kaufman easily
Oh, goodness.
gets past the line of scrimmage and gets 7, so it gives Motor City a little bit of oxygen to work with.
This time, some nice blocking by the line. And this time also, Pittsburgh actually a little light on the running defense there. Not enough men on the line. But that's what happens when, you know, you line up with a single back, 4 wideouts. Pittsburgh match it with 4 DBs.
3rd down and 2. Handoff. Christopher Dean gets the first down. Just barely.
It was maybe half an inch over, but that was just enough. And all you need is a first down. Doesn't need to be 10 yards more than the first down. As long as you get it, it's enough. And ooh, interesting shotgun formation.
Shotgun formation. I think it was the first time today for the V8s. Jackson a throw, checks it down. Nothing doing there. Good coverage by the Pittsburgh defense as Griffin is on the stop. Only about a yard gain on the play.
Nice awareness by the defensive backs. Griffin coming from the CB1 position. Looks like nice tackle there.
Last play of the 3rd quarter. Jackson will throw. Jackson with time throws outside. Caught it. Cook. First down.
What a throw here. As the blitz, they sent 5 to blitz. And the coverage, they left it to Corey Menner. Menner was too late to cover that.
End of 3. Motor City with the football as they win 20-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League here on YouTube, and we don't want to get ahead of myself. They're at the 30-yard line. Motor City trying to, convert on what would be the longest drive in SFL history, because you literally cannot get any more than that. As they started at their half-yard line. Handoff, Christopher Dean with 9 on the play.
Yeah, they are now at about their 39, 45-yard line. So, a 40-yard line. So, starting from the 0, they've put up now 39 yards and counting.
2nd and 1, handoff, Kaufman, first down, off the left-hand side. Motor City with another move of the chains and bleeding this clock, Mark. We have to pay attention on that.
That is true. Bleeding the clock here. It is still a 1-possession game. So Pittsburgh, they still have a chance to get off the field here, and that'll be their number 1 objective for the defense.
High formation for the V8s. Jackson a throw. Jackson deep. The pass incomplete. Great coverage. Tom Krieg again. He's been a sticky guy in coverage as Phil Cos was the intended receiver. 2nd and 10.
Phil Cos, the intended receiver, also the only receiver at that portion of the field. So, King Jackson throwing there was going to expect more white uniforms than there were blue, and that resulted in the dropped pass.
Twin set for the V8s. Rolling out to the right, Jackson to throw. The pass deep. The pass caught. Phil Cos to the Pittsburgh 40-yard line. First down.
Nice return route by Phil Cos. But what a protection as well by his line and his halfback, picking up the oncoming blitz from the side. There was an extra rusher from behind him, but King Jackson in time to throw the ball, in time to pick up first down. And they are knocking on the door here.
First down and 10. Ball at the 39-yard line. Handoff. Kaufman gets 6. And you can tell, Mark, this Pittsburgh defense looks gassed.
Very gassed. I mean, if you look at the plays this drive, 7-yard run, 3-yard run, 9-yard run, 3-yard run, 6-yard run, that front defensive line is now struggling. They're now slowing down like molasses.
11th play of the drive. Christopher Dean gets 2, maybe 3. We'll make it a 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Pittsburgh desperately looking for a stand here. Split backs formation looking for Motor City. 8 players in the box for Pittsburgh. Handoff goes to Dean, and Dean trucks a man. Gets a first down as Cody Griffin had nothing to do against the big man.
No, you put Cody Griffin, a cornerback, a man of his frame against the frame of Christopher Dean. That is going to be a battle that's in the books before it even happened.
When you're put inside the 5, let alone the 1, Mark, you just want to get to about the 20-yard line. Like, you just want to get in a position where you can potentially kind of flip the field again. The V8s are threatening to score. This is going to be a deep pass, and Phil Coss has it, but another flag on the play. Is this going to be on the O-line again? It's another ineligible receiver field. That one, another member of the offensive line. Killing penalties right there from Mo Biggins, the tackle.
Yikes.
First and 15.
They're still in scoring range, just about here.
They're going to send a receiver in motion. That's Sutherland. 5 wide. Empty set. Jackson to throw. Jackson has time, goes deep, caught, first down. Coop with the first.
Great catch. I mean, he was in one-on-one coverage, but slowed down at the right moment to allow the man covering him to run past him. And King Jackson timing that throw just as the rusher would have gotten to him. Great timing by both passer and receiver, picking up the first down.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, folks. We're going to play. It's going to be a corner route. Well, very well defended right there by Cody Griffin. Passes incomplete. Trying to connect for the first time tonight with number 84. That is Bobby Wade, way down in the depth chart. 6th wide receiver on the roster. I mean, after a 90-yard drive, Mark, you have to think all players are tired.
Yeah, I bet all tired. They've been on the field for more than 4 minutes now.
Jackson to throw to the end zone, incomplete. Trying to connect with a big guy, Terrell Cooper at 6'5", 240. And the corner, Cody Griffin, standing at 6'3", provides the hit.
Well, Motor City has been in the red zone about 2.6 times. they only have an 84% red zone scoring. So not a lot of their times here the red zone has been even for any points. We'll see what happens here as they line up with 4 wideouts.
4 wideouts, single back formation. Showing a blitz is Pittsburgh. Man in motion is King Alexander coming back from injury. Jackson to throw. Jackson to the outside. Oh, Cooper! Touchdown! And the longest drive in SFL history gets cashed in for 6.
Great drive, great play, great catch. Cooper, at a time when Motor City needed a score, as they're trying to stave off a Pittsburgh comeback. King to Cooper, what a throw here. They read the defense well as Pittsburgh lined up single blitz and deep zone. Deep zone, there's only 15 yards to the end zone. That was enough for Motor City and King Jackson to throw the scoring touchdown. What a play.
Absolutely disheartening by Pittsburgh. They had the opponents inside the 1. 16 plays, 100 yards, and almost 6 minutes off the clock for one of the most unbelievable drives you'll see in SFL history.
Unbelievable drive from an unbelievable team. They have a 1-4 record, thirsty for that number 2 win of the season.
Return goes to the 28-yard line. First 100-yard touchdown drive in SFL history. If you want to be more exact, that was probably like 99.9 yards.
Right.
Mark, the ball was right, like the nose of the ball was just like past the goal line.
I think we've had a 99-yard drive. I've seen the 99-yard drive off of a single play where it was like a carry and then the running back just broke free. I've seen a 99-yard return touchdown, but a 100-yard scoring drive, incredible.
We normally have the breakaway play of the game. How about a breakaway drive of the game brought to you by Breaks GPT, sports memorabilia breakers and collectors. You never know whose autograph you might hit. Check them out at breaksgpt.com. This pass across the field in triple coverage is incomplete, luckily by Pittsburgh. I could have been housed, as now they're really feeling the pressure, 2 touchdowns down.
They also have 5 minutes, 51 seconds to go to score 13 points. Still within the realm of possibility, but they gotta do it, and they gotta do it quick.
Price to throw. Price, middle of the field, is caught for a gain of about 8 yards. That is Devin Lloyd with the reception. Crucial 3rd down and 2 here.
I'm fine with this. They might just punch it in with the run here. It's a heavy set. But I'm fine that they're throwing it at least a little bit more than often.
It's going to be a run and just past the first down marker before he gets helicopter is Mike Churchill.
Look at that. Playoff teams with 1 win in 7 weeks. Only 2. Playoff teams with 2 wins in 7 weeks. 63. That second win is the magic number.
What a great stat. Thank you very much to you, Mark, and Mr. Cameron Irvine. Getting that second win is huge, as you can see, as this catch is made by Devin Lloyd, who's been, all in all, I think the best player of this Pittsburgh offense.
Yeah. And he has been all over the place. Short passes, long passes. They send him in go routes. I think prior to this, he had the one-handed catch as well. Another potential nice hands catch candidate, but we already gave that award away.
I'll not get ahead of myself. Connor Weston has been incredible, but Devin Lloyd has had really good returns as well. That also helps his stock as Burris goes in motion from right to left. Seen quite a bit of Preston Burris in this game. Hand off, nothing doing there. Nothing doing as Mike Churchill is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe he lost about half a yard on the play. TJ Harper on the stop.
A little bit more sense of urgency, perhaps, is going to be required to come back from 4 minutes to go. There he goes again.
Next again, yeah, Devin Lloyd, 3rd down and 1, upcoming a 9-yard gain, making a manageable 3rd one. But now the time is really against the Riverhawks.
Yeah, absolutely. Under 4 minutes now.
I formation, 22 personnel. Man in motion. It's going to be Tumen, the backup tight end. Carry goes to Devin, and the carry goes good for a gain of 1. And now that's when you start doing the no huddle. But I don't think they're in a great no huddle offense formation, Mark.
No, not out of the heavy set.
Connor Weston unable to corral that one. 2nd and 10. That will allow the Riverhawks to huddle back up and put down another formation on the field. Three wide receiver set, 1 tight end, and a single back for the visiting team. Brown to throw. Brown incomplete, almost intercepted in very tight coverage as they were trying to connect with Harrison. 3rd and 10.
Baron Harrison, the number 3 wide receiver, who only has 10 catches, 162 yards to his game for the season. Tough catch for him to make there in double coverage. So 3rd and 10 here with 4 wideouts for Price, I believe that's on there.
I think it's actually Michael Brown in the formation. Okay. It is. Michael Brown will throw the pass to the outside and another drop. That's Connor Weston again. A decent throw by Michael Brown, who is beside himself. 4th down and 10, and this is 4th down territory. The Pittsburgh Riverhawks have to go for it.
Absolutely. There's no other way about this. They will line up their offense back there with Price again. Sorry, Michael Brown.
Michael Brown on their center. 4th down and 10 yards to go. 3-2 defense dime for the Motor City V8s. Burris is in motion. Manani is shading, so linebacker against wide receiver. Let's take a look at that matchup. Brown to throw, checks it down on a screen. Can it work? No, it won't.
No.
8-yard gain. And Pittsburgh will surrender the football.
I mean, gutsy play to call for a screen pass when you have quads out there. Smart, because you have 2 blockers on either side, and you just got to pick which way to go. They picked wrong. Screen was not enough. The defense was there to cover it. 8 yards is nice, but 8 yards is not enough.
Yeah, I honestly don't hate the play call. You know, the defense has to play a dime, maybe a deep cover, quarters defense, something like that, and that's the time to call a screen, as well as you can have blockers in front of you and some space. But good job by the Motor City V8 defense protecting the sticks, as now Christopher Dean can run this clock dry.
Yeah, and a perfect time to call on Christopher Dean's number basically the rest of the way here. That's someone else taking the place of Christopher Dean in the backfield, but look at this, split jacks, heavy.
Split jacks is a heavy set with 2 backs and 3 tight ends. Obviously, Cos and Mejada thrown in there. And Dov goes to Kaufman, spin moves, 1st down. That should be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Motor City V8s, once down 7-0. They've scored 27 out of the last 34 points in this matchup and are poised to get that 2nd victory this year. We're not going to see another play before the 2-minute warning, as the Motor City V8s lead 27-14. You're watching the Simulation Football League right here on YouTube, and Week 7 continues tomorrow with a major matchup under the lights between the unbeaten Arizona Scorpions and the Fort Worth Toros at 9 p.m. Eastern, alongside Bossier City and DC in the late window, plus Louisiana, Florida, and Atlanta, Queen City in the early block starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. You can catch all the action, as always, right here on SFL YouTube, as Christopher Dean continues to pinball defenders around for a gain of 8.
Yeah, at some point in this game, Christopher Dean was averaging 3.7 yards per carry. He's now up to 4.2 in nearly 100 yards. He's at 93 yards per carry. How about Shane Kaufman with about 50 yards, good for 4.5 yards per carry in 11 attempts.
High formation, 2 tight ends. Handoff, Dean, 1st down. That should be the ball game.
What an incredible ball carrier Christopher Dean is. The way he has power, but also agility, the way he weaves in between the lines, through the linebackers, and into open space.
23 carries for Dean, 85 yards officially, and a score. Trying to get to the century mark. And he will have a chance to do so on this one as he tries to break a tackle, finally goes down after a gain of 2, and the Riverhawks call their last timeout of the second half.
And if you include the at least 30 receiving yards of Christopher Dean, he's sitting at the century mark, over it, with that carry. And what a night it has been for him. My early candidate for player of the game here.
Jack set, 3 tight ends. It's going to be a counter. Dean gets past the line of scrimmage, not by much, maybe gets half a yard before he gets put down. 3rd down and 7 upcoming. And obviously you just have to keep it on the ground, Mark. Maybe throw in Shane Kaufman. He has pretty fresh legs, 11 carries, only 1 catch.
Yeah, put Kaufman out there. I mean, your worst case scenario is a fumble return touchdown. So just put it at the hand of someone with the most secure hands. I think that's Dean in the backfield.
Oh, let's see. Jackson with a hard count, trying to bleed this clock all the way to 1 second. Dean does get the hand up and gets 2 on the play. 4th down and 5. I think Motor City has enough to try for a field goal. Well, at the 35, I don't know. I think you just spawn it here, Mark. Just spawn it. Maybe you put him inside the 5.
Hit them at their own 0.
Yeah. Also, just don't get a field goal blocked.
True.
For a touchdown. Spawn it away. It's going to be about 20 seconds left in the ball game by the time Pittsburgh gets the ball, down 2 scores.
Miracle time from Devon Lloyd, perhaps.
Yeah, Motor City will go to 2-4 on the year. Oh, this one is doubled by
my
Burris.
Goodness.
Second time Burris gets a questionable fielding inside his own 20. And with 16 seconds left, Pittsburgh will try maybe a couple of passes. Four receivers set. Michael Brown will be under center. Brown to throw, and the pass is deflected away and incomplete. Sammy Seatbelt was put the straps on the receivers here in the second half. Gets another PD.
Pretty much locking him down, strap in, because Sammy Seatbelt is here. Came all the way from the quarterback position to blitz and then jump for the deflection.
14 seconds left in the game. They will move the running back in motion. Again, that's Churchill. Brown under pressure gets crushed, and the pass is incomplete. Nicholas Warner right there in coverage.
The Motor City playing aggressive defense despite up with the game secured. I like it.
Yeah, you would think they would just play some prevent, some soft zone, but they're sending the blitz from the outside. Right on the quarterback's face. Brown to throw, check it down. That's going to be Churchill. He's going to be tackle inbounds, and that's going to be the last play of regulation. Mark, I want to hear your player of the game and your overall thoughts on this one.
Ball of the game goes to, for me, Christopher Dean. He picks up over 100 yards for the night, picks up a touchdown on the ground. He has been all over the place, your steady horse, your sure hand. And rushing yards 148, a huge chunk for that was Christopher Dean. If I had a second ball to give, I'm gonna give it to Sammy Seatbelt with his 2 deflections, 1 interception. He has been all over the place. Rashid as well with 1 interception, 1 deflection. This has been a defensive battle, Ramos, but overall the Motor City defense was complemented with their offense. That 100-yard drive was insane.
Yeah, Motor City, if you cashed in -2.5, congratulations. If you cashed in the under, congratulations. My player of the game will also go actually to Christopher Dean, over 100, right around 100 yards and a touchdown, an instrumental piece of this offense. For Mark Lopez, my color commentator, Andrew Gibson, and Takeda Yuki, Also, for Cameron Irvine, I was Ramos Lynn. Thank you very much for watching Friday Night Football. See y'all later, folks.